said Denzel, you like to see Denzel run for president. You think Denzel will make a great president?
Run for God, I could see him. All right. So we gonna run for president, right? Huh? The economy. What are we gonna do with the economy, huh? Yeah, we're gonna lower it. We'll lower the taxes. We're gonna lower what? The taxes. All right. Yeah, we're gonna lower the taxes. What else are we gonna do? Gun control, right? Yeah. I could see Denzel running for president.
The Rock. Steph Curry even mentioned the other morning he was on a morning talk show and he was talking about potentially once his career is over.
Steph Curry.
He said maybe not the president, but politics because he wants
to see him as an alderman. What?
Steph as an alderman? Not a senator?
Oh, good. Senator Curry, yeah, I could see him first as like an just like a councilman, like a city local guy first. You think he's going to go for Senate?
Why not?
No.
Because you look at Arnold and who's that?
Arnold went for governor, yeah.
Clint Eastwood, Jesse Ventura.
Oh, that's right, Jesse the Body Ventura. That's right, I was governor. I remember the time I was governor. See, I could kind of do him, yeah. And Arnold's like, yeah, of course, I wanted to be president, but I wasn't born here. Right. But I could have done anything. Who cares? No, Shannon Sharpe, this is a good show. I like you work hard. Your muscles look perfect. I'm not as good as mine at the time, but it's like, I'm like 75. And look at me. My muscles are better than yours. I don't know. It's weird.
What about The Rock? We think Rock, because Rock has universal appeal. I mean, he does. But everybody here loves him.
He's so positive. God, he is. I feel like he's going to snap one day. The Rock is always positive. I just want to tell you guys, I'm very happy. My vodka's doing really well. And all the people around here have been very positive to me. He's very, very positive. Rock could definitely run. I mean, when you're like that much, would you run? How about you?
Ooh, no.
You wouldn't run for something?
Here's the thing though, Godfrey. Sports journalists, they trying to find stories for sports. Them investigative and the political journalists, they going back and talking to people.
Oh, shit.
They dig it. See, and I ain't got no skeletons in the closet. I got a graveyard. Yeah. Leave that alone.
So you wouldn't run for shit, huh?
Nah. I walk briskly.
Can't you see your picture? Political picture, like. No.
Hell nah. Leave well enough alone. Leave the past in the past.
I'm black and mild. Come on. Vote for me, Shannon Sharpe.
What about Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers, he might be on the ticket with Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Come on, man. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. He's not that. If Robert Kennedy Jr. runs with Aaron Rodgers, this shit ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. Aaron Rodgers is already up in boiling, right? He's been saying a lot of crazy shit, which is his business.
Right.
I love Aaron Rodgers, but he's been saying too much. I don't think he's gonna win. I think once you run for a politician, then they start to get bullshit on you. They start to, you know what I mean? Yeah. They start doing bullshit on you. They start calling, you did this back in 19. All that. Yeah. I'm not doing that shit.
See?
I would never do that.
And now you talking about you want me to
run. I would never run.
Hell nah.
Not your damn mind.
What's your favorite impression to do? Of all the impressions that you can do, what's your most favorite to do?
Trump is very fun. Trump is fun because he's so polarizing. Jason Statham I like to do.
Really?
Yeah. I did Statham on YouTube. I was on this show, Opie and Jim, before it was Opie and Anthony, Opie and Jim Norton. And Jason Statham was on the show and I did it for him. So I like doing Jason Statham.
What did you think?
He liked it. He's like, wow, you do me better than me. That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, son. Yeah, you did it. You did it.
He's like, I like Shannon Sharpe. I like watching Club Shay Shay. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, bitch, what? Yeah, come get some.
I don't know why I did that.
So, when I was growing up, the master of impersonation was Rich Little. Nobody, there was not, he just and he just go.
Did hundreds of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you study Rich?
I watched him on a lot of TV shows, and he would do like a lot of presidents and stuff like that. And I did a show with him during COVID in Vegas. He was right before me. He's 82 at the time, and he was doing his impersonations, but old school impersonations for the older crowd. Yeah. But I watched Rich do it. I watched him do it because we would always look for, he was the only guy really doing it. But also Frank Gorshin, The guy who played the Riddler on Batman was a good impersonator. George Kirby. See, I'm telling you, I'm a history buff in comedy. George Kirby, black comedian from Chicago, could imitate. He could sing like, what's her name? Ella Fitzgerald. He could switch his voice. George Kirby, underrated comedian from the past. But yeah, I would watch a lot of those guys. Yeah.
I ask people, especially comedians, to come in here and give me their Mount Rushmore.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
And they name 7 people. You do understand that Mount Rushmore has 4 heads.
Yeah, but it's just, okay, go ahead.
And a lot of times what I've been getting is that current comedian says, I can't name somebody from my generation because I'm with them. Right. So if I said, okay, give me give me Godfrey's 4 best comedians.
It's usually your 4 best should be the people that you watch the most, like you watch video on them the most. And I got Pryor, Carlin, Red Fox, and Paul Mooney. Right. I watch them all the time. And Paul Mooney, oh my God, I think Paul Mooney doesn't get the respect that he deserves, you know, because he wrote for Richard Pryor. He wrote for Living Color.
Right.
Homie the Clown, that was Paul Mooney. He wrote for even the Chappelle Show.
Wow.
I love Paul Mooney. I watch a lot of Paul Mooney.
Okay.
And I wish Paul Mooney were alive to come on this show. He'd be like, Shannon, this is a very good show. You're brilliant. You're brilliant. But niggas don't like you. Nigga, Shannon Sharpe, you a big motherfucker, and you will kick a nigga's ass.
You didn't put Pryor up there.
I did.
You put Pryor. Murphy, that's who you left.
No, Murphy, I think Eddie Murphy, of course, he's a hero of mine. One of the greatest comedic actors. Nobody's fucking with Eddie Murphy on the comedy and movies.
Right.
And you can match any, but there's a lot of funny people, but Eddie Murphy is the best. I don't think I've seen Eddie Murphy enough as far as specials and stuff.
Okay.
But Eddie is up there. Well, you said top 4. That's bullshit. It should be top 5. Eddie, look, put up Eddie.
Mount Rushmore. Who your 4 heads you gonna put on Mount
Rushmore? Those are presidents that should have no business up there.
Well, we got comedians up there. We're gonna put the comedians up there.
All right. I just gave you Red Fox. Red Fox ain't bad.
Thank you very much. Right. I really like your show. It's very good. I watch it all the time. How you doing, sir? Anyway, this is Red Fox, and I'm very happy to be on Club Shay Shay. Because not a lot of niggas got a podcast.
You like George Carlin. What is it about Carlin? What is it about Carlin?
His wordplay. It's his wordplay. It's his intelligence and how he puts words together. And listen, everybody has a taste. And Carlin was never lazy with a joke. He always, because he grew up, his parents were advertising people. His mom and dad were good with words. And he was always, it's his joke writing. It's just the wordplay. He loved using different words. And so I was like, that's made me focus on words because comedy is an art form of words, syntax. It's about how you say it. I see some jokes. And like, even for myself, I'm hard on myself. If I see a joke and it's too lazy, I go, it could be better than that.
Right.
And I watch Carlin and I go, damn, even if the joke wasn't that funny to you, but the work he put in it, you go, God damn, that was brilliant. You know what I mean? It's like, it's his wordplay and the things that he says about society, calling out white supremacy. A white guy saying it to white people is very important.
Yes.
An Irish guy from Harlem, it's important that this white guy is saying, you know, y'all ain't shit. You feel me?
Have you ever heard a joke?
Yeah.
And you like, I could have done that joke better.
Yes. And then there's some jokes where I go, damn, he got that. That's the best. Or she got that. That was the best take I've seen. I've seen somewhere I could have done that better. Damn, I wish I had that joke. Right. That was perfect. Yeah, of course. Many times you do.
So, can you do Chappelle?
Yeah, see, I'm going to tell you something, man. This is great. I love being on Club Shay Shay, bitch. Man, I love it.
He's like, at Chappelle I've known since 96, 97. And Chappelle is one of the greats, but everybody does a Chappelle. So you have to sort of talk like this.
Right.
And now his voice is a little, I'm not transphobic. I'm not. I have friends. I have a lot of trans friends.
And you remember when he got, I guess they blocked his show in Minnesota.
Right.
And at a theater, they were like, the trans community came, they blocked his show. And then he went to another theater about 20 minutes later and sold that out.
Right.
He's like, I'm trans. I feel I'm trans because I transferred from one theater to another. And that was a great transaction, bitch.
When I hear people talk about him,
yes,
it's like he was a prodigy. He started at a very, very young
14.
age. But a lot of comedians don't start until they're in the later 20s, mid 20s.
Yeah, I started after college, 22.
So here's a guy that's 14, and they're saying he's going to these clubs where adults perform.
Yeah.
And so you knew him. Did you know he was going to become this?
No, I didn't. I heard about him. Well, actually, when I first got to New York City, one of my first shows was with him on the show. It was with him on the show. And he was, I heard his name, Dave Chappelle, because he had done Star Search.
Yes.
Young, and even Ed McMahon said, that guy's going to be a star, watch. And
people don't remember Star Search.
And Ed McMahon, before American Idol, it was Star Search, 4 stars,
4 stars.
3 stars.
Yep.
Sinbad came from there, Martin Lawrence, a lot of people that are stars came from there. And I heard about him, then I ended up on a show with him. I think I had to go after him. He murdered. I had to go after him. But I heard about him and I knew, okay, this guy is something to watch because everybody, Chappelle. And I guess a guy, I want to give credit to Tony Woods, he took Chappelle under his wing in DC. Tony Woods, who's another underrated comedian who's fantastic. So Chappelle, I knew Chappelle was going to be, I didn't know how big until that Chappelle show. I didn't know he was going to be like, woo. I mean, he's massive.
I mean, because you see him in Nutty Professor. He's Reggie.
Killed that
And
shit.
then you see him in Blue Street.
Yeah.
And you like, man, dude
he's amazing. And his comedy, he's an amazing comedian because I think he loves comedy more than anything.
I believe so.
Because he puts the time in, he puts the hours in.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you this. I think you had a guest on here that I disagreed with.
Okay.
No, and this is I would love to start beef because I want this to go to 60 million. I want to call somebody out. I just want to fucking start some shit, but I won't do that. You know what I'm saying? Damn. But when Country Wayne was on here, first of all, I don't know Country Wayne at all.
Right.
But I watched his video. I give him his credit for him making all that money. I was listening to him like, how did you do this? Right. You know, I love his hustle. Smart dude. I mean, he making millions off of this shit. I wish I could. But he said one statement that I disagreed with, Country. I disagreed with you.
What was the statement?
I think he said, and if I'm wrong, you correct me.
Okay.
Said something about, if anybody's in a comedy club still, that means you're not doing anything. Something like that to that. I don't know if he was answering Faison.
Right.
I think it was him and Faison going at it. Because Faison's my dude.
Right.
Faison.
Everybody be going at Faison.
I love Faison goes at everybody else. Faison's a funny son of a bitch. But he's saying if you're still in the comedy clubs, you're not a real comedian. I think he said that. Am I wrong?
Something to that effect.
And I go,
but I think he was talking about him. Because
please, because I was like, you are wrong about that shit.
Right.
I'm in the comedy clubs. DL's in the comedy clubs are still being built. They're not fading away.
Right.
If you do theaters, that's like a blessing.
Right.
But theaters are multi-purpose rooms.
Right.
Comedy clubs usually are just for comedy. Comedians of all statures do comedy clubs. There's the rare moments you have. Chappelle still comes to comedy clubs and works on his shit.
Right.
Seinfeld, who's a billionaire, still comes to the comedy club.
But I think what he was,
I'm just saying. I might be misinterpreting.
No, I think what he was saying is that that's his only choice is to do those. The people that you mentioned can do arenas. They can do theaters.
Yeah.
He's saying that he probably, the only thing he can do is,
I'm like, shit. So what does that make me? Because it's not easy.
No.
First of all, it's not easy to fill a comedy club. Even if it's a 300-seater, 400-seater, it's not easy.
Right.
Like, there's people who have been fortunate, especially with the algorithm. You get the algorithm, you got 8 million followers. Yeah, just numerically, you're going to fill the shit up.
Right.
But are you going to put the work in? Are you going to have the performance that keeps up with to match it? Which comedy, I'm going to tell you this, and even Kat said it. You can't cheat comedy, man. I'm telling you. When I first got to New York, you know how many shows I was doing per week? 40 shows a week.
40?
You heard what I said. 40, dog. Give me some cognac. Shit.
Hello.
Let me get that cognac. Come on, man. Get that cognac. Shit.
Hold on, God.
Get that shit. Hell yeah.
There's only 7. Godfrey, there's only 7 days.
Yeah.
So you doing?
Isn't that how y'all? Yeah.
How are you doing 40 shows in a week?
Let me show you. So when I got to New York City, I remember it was a Tracy Morgan and some other cats, and they were like, yo, I said, hey, because in Chicago, we would do, you give me out 6 or 7 shows a week.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What a day.
And I got to New York. I did a show with, I was in Harlem. I did one show. They was like, yo, we about to go. I said, where y'all going now? Yo, there's shows in Brooklyn. You coming? You got more shows? Hell yeah. Boom. I hit about 5 stages that same night. And I said, this is how y'all do it? It's like, hell yeah, we do multiple. The average comedian in New York, and I don't know if this is perfect math, does about between 4 to 7 shows a night. Stage time. We got a lot of stages. We got a lot. Shout out to the Comedy Cellar. That's my spot, Comedy Cellar in New York City. But I was doing 5 shows a night. Wow. About 5 shows a night on the weekdays. Then on the weekends, I do 8 or 9. 8 or 9 shows. Yeah, it would be me, Patrice O'Neal, Bill Burr, Keith Robinson. It was all of us. Wanda Sykes Hall. I knew Wanda Sykes Hall.
That's my girl.
Yeah, Wanda's the best. But that's how you did it. You just ran all over the city, and there was sometimes there'd be a club down the block. So you can go on stage there, you go over there, hit that. Yeah, so I would start at about 7 p.m. and then end at around 3 a.m. So I was doing comedy, and this is consistent. There's no breaks. This is consistent shit. Comedy takes that much work. It's really a sport. It's a sport. You got to go out there and you got to put the reps in. Period. You can't cheat it. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can't cheat it.
Is that how you get good at the craft?
You goddamn right. And you know what's funny is when you're on stage, they see the difference. They see the difference. They see the wordplay. They see the transition. You get those nuances as you stay on stage you have to.
Right.
Somebody told me, it was a younger comic, say, no, one day they're going to be able to skip steps in comedy. I said, just because you get on a TV show faster than a veteran don't mean you're good at it. Because I'm not trying to be an asshole, but a lot of these companies are skipping a lot of comedians that are ready. There's a lot of, because people ask me, when are you getting your next Netflix special? I said, they don't really approach me. They don't really approach a lot, not just me, but they don't approach a lot of us. They've been giving specials to people that don't even have an hour. You can tell somebody ain't ready by the way they edit it. You go, oh, that motherfucker started bombing at 15 minutes. That motherfucker started bombing at 20. They're not, because comedy takes, yeah, you have to be ready. You have to put your time in. And the people that are ready are like, hey, I'm ready for a special. They're not, that's why a lot of people are putting their shit up on, YouTube. Example, Ali Sadiq. If you ain't watched Domino Effect, you're out of your damn mind. Domino Effect 1, 2, and 3. He just put 3. It's all on YouTube.
Right.
It's all on YouTube. This guy has been ignored. He had a chance he's been ignored, but he's you're counting on yourself. You got Andrew Schultz. There's Shane Gillis. There's a whole bunch of guys putting shit up on YouTube. That's what I'm going to have to do. Oh, and by the way, Shannon, I'm starting a GoFundMe. Yeah, that's right. I'm starting a GoFundMe to raise money to do my own special. Yes.
Man,
I'm not going to
bullshit.
What?
You bull jiving.
Why am I bull jiving? I'm not bull jiving. I'm raising money. Listen, GoFundMe. Go to GoFundMe Godfrey special. I'm raising money for real. I'm taking donations. No different than a church and a preacher. I'm taking donations because Jesus wants it. But yeah, I'm raising my own money. I've been offered some money because listen, to do a special, it's budgets. You can go from 100,000 to 200,000. It depends.
Right.
Netflix pays for all that.
Right.
Amazon pays for all that. But if they're not coming to me and coming to some of the other people, I gotta raise money on my own. And then it'll be mine and I can own it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. But so that's what's going on. There's a lot of comedians, men and women, that are being ignored. You got great comedians like Yamanika Sanders, you got Marina Franklin, you got a lot of great people. My man Dante Nero, you got Ruben Paul, you got a lot of great comedians. Tony Rock. You got a lot of great comedians that are really putting in the work and are ready to do 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Listen, they're giving specials to the same people every time. I see the same people, which some of them do deserve it. I go, yeah, I get why. But man, there's a lot of people just waiting on their first one. And then they're giving it to people who have been doing comedy 2 years. So bullshit. It's bullshit.
How has social media helped or hurt comedy?
Listen. I think it's 50-50. It hurt comedy as far as I believe there's a lot of bums in comedy. A lot of mediocre bums in comedy. because of social media, because they're seeing, okay, I had a friend call me the other day. I haven't seen him since college. He was like more of a business guy, corporate. And when I started—
You got the same number since college?
No, not call me, sorry. Facebook me.
Okay.
That shit.
Okay.
Right. No, he actually called me because I had given him my number a few years ago. Then he goes, yo, I need to call you. I need to talk to you. I was like, oh, talk to me about what? You know? And I know what he does. He's a corporate guy. So when I was doing my comedy, being broke and shit, he goes, how's that little comedy thing you're doing?
Oh, little.
Yes.
Little.
They would say that. How's that little comedy thing you do? I say, hey, man, I'm just doing it, man. Come to a show. They would never come.
Right.
Boom. Those are the kind of guys that go see the more famous guys.
Yes.
But won't come to your shit.
Yeah.
I said, cool. So now, years later, he goes, yo, you know, I've been writing like comedy, this, dot, 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 dot. You know, I was thinking about, and I said, why? What do you, for what? Why are you
a corporate guy? I mean, ain't you at JP Morgan? Ain't you at...
Word.
Yeah.
We're older now. Why are you thinking about comedy? I said in my head, he's been watching social media. He goes, well, I've been watching a lot of video. So now you think it's easy. That's the only thing I think social media has done is they make it look like it's fucking easy.
The YouTube tutorials.
That's like this. Hi, welcome. How to be a tight end. It's so easy. How to be the tight end. Real easy. It's the same. You can know. You got to show up to practice and you got to put the fucking reps in. I'm promising you, because when I first started doing comedy, I was funny. I was fun. It was me. It was Corey Holcomb, who's another funny, crazy bastard. Corey Holcomb. Yeah. Corey Holcomb, who I brought into the game, by the way. You guys can thank me for Corey Holcomb because I brought him to amateur night. I brought him to amateur night, made him do comedy because I've known him since I was a teenager, and he was always been a very, very, very funny man. Yeah, you got to put in the reps, and we were all funny at the beginning.
Right.
D. Ray Davis was all funny. We didn't have the jokes yet. You know, we didn't have nothing to say,
Right.
but we had funny quips here and there.
Right.
It takes years to get your voice in comedy. It's 10 years. 10 years. I don't give a fuck. Here's an example. I was sitting with Seinfeld. Yes, I said it. I was sitting with Seinfeld. He was doing a documentary called Comedian. I'm in that documentary. This is when he was making his comeback after Seinfeld. He was coming back to comedy. So he would come to the Comedy Cellar and hang out with me and hang out with all of us. And one day he asked me, how long you been doing comedy? I said, and I stuck my chest. I said, about 9 years now, going on 10. He's like, okay, you're a 9-year-old in comedy then. That's your comedy age. Always remember that. That's your age in comedy. I never forgot that. Wow. My age in comedy is about 27 years now. Yeah, I'm been doing it almost 30 years. You know what I mean? And I see why it takes so long, because it's effortless for me now. But I still see the difficulty in it, because I can do 1 hour. Now I got to do a whole different hour. When you see Chris Rock is a technician. He'll come in the comedy club, work on his shit. Seinfeld does the same shit. Ray Romano still comes in. These guys are multimillionaires, but because it's a craft, because the comedy is always better than you. Comedy's always better than you, because you always got to redo something. You always got a story to tell. If you get too conceited, and that's another thing about social media. It's making these motherfuckers cocky. They come around thinking, because, hey, man, I got 10 million followers. I go, well, you got to follow me tonight. Wow. Shit. We'll see what that shit does to you. Okay, buddy? You know, I'm glad that you have 10 million. I'm glad you got your little sock puppet thing. Good for you. Right. But we're about to do the real shit. And good luck following me. But, you know, it takes, and listen, these younger cats that come in, they can't help when they were born. They were born in the social media phase. But I try to tell them, dog, doing a sketch is different than stand-up. Please, Lord, I'm telling you. Be careful, because you're in a time continuum. When you're on stage and people done paid their money, they done sent their kids a babysitter, and motherfuckers are sitting there like this. All right, motherfucker. Shit. $100 the goddamn ticket, man. I be some ha-has in this motherfucker. Real shit. And so you got an hour. And what if the dude before you just did a hot 30 in front of you, the feature just smoked it? Now you got to do your shit. I'm like, it's the hardest form of entertainment, comedy, which gets no respect, barely wins awards. Comedy is the hardest. You know why? You know why people heckle? You know why people heckle, Shannon?
What?
Because everybody has a sense of humor. You make somebody laugh. People over here make somebody laugh. You was funny at the barbecue. You was funny at the water cooler, right? Everybody's funny.
Right.
You were even funny on the field. You used to talk shit on the field.
I did.
You did a commercial. I remember the commercial that you did. You'd be like, yo, what you gonna do, man? It was a commercial. Yeah. So that's funny. But people go, okay, well, I make people laugh. There's a man or a woman on stage making people laugh, but I'm funny too, so I'm not even gonna show you respect. You go to the opera, ain't nobody talking, are they? You go to the opera, I go to the opera. I'm cultured. You go to the opera, Figaro, Figaro. And someone's like, man, sing that shit. And he'd be like, Nigaro, Nigaro. Yo, no. You're not going to say that because you don't have a sense of opera.
Right.
You go to the ballet. I've been to the ballet. Shit, I go to that shit. Mm-hmm. You know, if nobody says, man, that girl flexible than a motherfucker. Right? Yo, why that dude balls out? Yo. You know what I'm saying? You cause you have a respect, because it's something you can't do. But for some reason, comedy is that one art form where everybody feels they're your equal.
Yeah.
Even the comedians have been doing it 2 years, think they're your equal. And I don't like it. I think comedy should be like the army. That's what I love about the armed forces. I'm a general. You're a fucking cadet. You stand at attention when I walk in. When I see George Wallace, I just did a show at Arsenio Hall. By the way, one of the nicest men I've ever met. I've never met Arsenio. Arsenio's a fucking legend. What people don't understand.
Yeah.
Arsenio, he goes, Godfrey, man, good seeing you, brother. I've been watching you. You know how his finger? I said, Godfrey, I've been watching you.
Yeah, he was way back there when he pointed that finger.
He's like, Godfrey. He goes, I've been watching you since the pandemic. And I said, I got to salute you. You're a general, man.
Right.
You're a 5-star.
Right.
I like rank and file has to happen. It's like in The Rookie. You know, I walked on the team at Illinois.
Oh, did you?
I did. On a dare. I did it because I was trying to do track and field and I wasn't really sure. And then this dude named Marlon Primus, I'm saying his name, Marlon Primus, he came up with Henry Jones.
Yeah.
So this dude was so talented. He was our free safety.
Okay.
6'4", could throw the ball a mile. Cause sometimes we'd be on the field just fucking around practicing and stuff. And he could throw I said, my God, man, you can throw, he could punt. I go, how come you're not a quarterback? He goes, because in Illinois, they didn't want any black quarterbacks. They kept all the white. They converted all the black dudes into defensive guys.
Right.
And he said, and he was from LA. So he'd be like, yo, cuz. He's like, you should try out, cuz. I dare you. Try out. And so I tried out and I made the team. Didn't start. I was the meat squad, but hell, I was amongst.
You made it.
I made it. I made the team. I made the squad. I was on there for like 3 years.
Oh, you do a President Obama too, though, right?
I'm just going to tell you right now. I think Club Shay Shay is one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nasty, wasn't it? How many did I do? I did a couple of them.
You did?
Yeah, that's not bad.
You and Jay. So
Jay Farrell's, man.
Jay say he's the best.
Let him be. I'm not trying to claim it. It's other people's voices. Who gives a shit? I know Ari Spears goes, yo, God, yo, when I saw you do Paul Mooney, yo, I think I got mine over yours. I can do him. And I was like, nigga, you crazy. My Paul Mooney is the best. No one ever does Paul Mooney better than me.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because you know we like to do something before 2 something.